Attorney General Ken Paxton just finished a press conference, and it is clear he is standing firm. Paxton adamantly denied that he abused his power in office. The House could vote on impeachment tomorrow with just a couple days left in this legislative session. Investigative reporter Morgan Young is here to provide some more context on where things stand.
Well, yeah, Chris, Paxton is firing back after a state House committee voted for him to be impeached and removed from office. The committee cited a years-long pattern of alleged misconduct and unanimously voted to refer articles of impeachment to the full House. The decision came after Paxton's office argued the committee's probe as illegal. Paxton held that press conference about an hour ago saying, quote, "This political theater must come to an end." He did not take any questions and even rallied his supporters to come to the Capitol tomorrow.
The fact that I was prohibited from presenting evidence to defend myself reveals that this shameful process was curated from the start as an act of political retribution. And I want to invite my fellow citizens and friends to peacefully come let their voices be heard at the Capitol tomorrow. Exercise your right to petition your government. Let's restore the power of this great state to the people instead of to the politicians.
Now, the Texas Democratic Party released a statement saying it fully supports the House voting to impeach Paxton, but Democrats think it'd be better for everyone if Paxton saved legislators the trouble and taxpayers' money and simply resigned on his own accord. Now, Texas has only ever impeached 2 elected officials before. Now, the question looming over the Texas legislature, what's next? Only the Texas House can bring impeachment proceedings against state officials, which would lead to a trial by the Senate. If that were to happen, Paxton would be suspended from office pending the outcome of the trial. House Speaker Dade Phelan can call the House back at any time before the legislative session is over to adopt the articles of impeachment. If it doesn't happen by Monday, Governor Greg Abbott would have to call a special session for this. Chris.
All right. Thanks a lot, Morgan. Let's bring in Bud Kennedy with our content partners at the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Bud, what's your biggest takeaway, from the tone and the content of that press conference?
Well, Chris, I think that General Paxton wants to argue against the articles of impeachment. He wanted to argue against them in the committee, but basically the committee is sending a charge to what amounts to the House sitting as a grand jury. Then if they decide to send the articles of impeachment to the Senate, then that's where he pleads his case, is in the Senate. He'll get to be heard, but not yet.
And but I just want to read you. I've already started getting texts. When you see this warfare break out. Hi, this is so-and-so with Defend Texas Liberty, liberal Dade Phelan attacking the most conservative AG in America, Republicans condemning his actions, don't let them team up with Democrats to steal your vote. What do you make of this sort of Republican on Republican warfare here?
Well, there's a lot of interesting defenses. One defense is, I didn't do it and I can prove it, which he says he can't. But yet then it's like, well, it was all too long ago, or it was before the last election. He says that. And then he started right away saying they're doing this because I'm attacking Joe Biden. But the Attorney General before him attacked the Democratic president, and we would expect the next Attorney General to do that. So there seem to be a lot of different defenses that the Attorney General is presenting.
And if they were to vote to impeach, what would happen to Attorney General Paxton in the meantime?
If the House votes on Saturday as expected, then he will be removed pending the trial in the Senate. The Senate can schedule the trial. The governor can choose to appoint an interim to serve until the trial. And then the Senate can try him. It takes a 2/3 vote in the Senate, and the Senate can take whatever action it chooses against him if they find him to have committed any of the 20 articles of impeachment. Well, the House doesn't have to send all 20. The House can choose to send a portion of the 20 to the Senate. Then the Senate has to call and sit as a court. The senators will sit as 31 judges and hear the articles and decide on Paxton's guilt.
Got it. Important distinction. The House does have can sort of make the distinction and not push it all forward. Bud, thank you very much. Bud Kennedy from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. I'm sure you're going to be keeping an eye on what's happening this weekend.